giving your kids $300 a month of an allowance. Even if I had $300 a month to give, I am not giving no child no $300 for no allowance. You are alive. I am allowing you to breathe in my house. That's your allowance. Hello, welcome back to Bennystake. I'm your girl Benny, and child, today I'm bringing you yet another thoughts of the week. When I get into the mood of recording, what I've been trying to do is just like record all my content and just like roll it out. So if y'all see me in the same dress, the same jewelry, the same everything, mind your business, okay? Like, share, subscribe, comment, but also mind your business. Do not judge this thing, because I'm doing the best that I can. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't yet, please go ahead and subscribe. Turn on the notification on so you always know when I upload. I am on a journey to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I'm really trying. I'm really trying. So today we have a little bit of a full docket. The theme today is going to be more so parents and children dynamic. Right now, I do want to give a disclaimer that I'm not a parent. I don't know what it is to parent a child. I'm an auntie, you know. I'm a fun auntie, you know what I'm saying? All my babies love me. I was a nanny for a very long time, child, far too long, okay? Far too long. I love kids, I love children. But some of these videos that we're going to be reacting to, I feel like anybody can have somewhat of an opinion, whether you have children or not. So I'm going to try to weigh in on some of the things that I think, because a lot of them were just like funny to me, low-key. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. If you have anything you want to add to the conversation, please utilize the comments. It's very helpful for my page and the success of this here page, this here channel, when we're having like, you know, discussions and conversations and everything in between. So if you have anything to add on to the conversation, definitely comment it down below. If there's anything you want me to react to, definitely comment it down below. I'll do my research and, you know, potentially make a video about it. But help a sister out, because, you know, I want to be consistent with this thing, and I feel like I'm finding the flow of what this channel is going to be like. A lot of like, you know, maybe reactions to some longer content, you know, a little bit of pop culture, a little bit of like, you know, shows and dating. We have like, you know, Bible studies that we do. So things along those lines. I feel like I'm curating, getting a little bit more acclimated with what I want this channel to look like. So help a sister out, and let's just go ahead and get started, shall we? At this point, we need to just start drinking water or taking shots every time my camera dies, because it died again. It died again. Sweet Black Jesus, please provide. You know, provide me with the camera. Potentially a free one. Can somebody see my video and like me and be like, dang, we're going to give her a camera? Please give me a testimony so I could declare and proclaim, okay? Because this is just like too much. Now I gotta adjust and readjust. Anyway, I'm not complaining. I am grateful, okay? Blessed and highly favored. We're gonna go ahead and start with this first video that I saw. Let me know what you guys think. But essentially, a mother threw a birthday party for her son and nobody showed up.
I swear to God, though, don't nothing hurt my motherfucking feelings more than some shit like this. It's just me and my baby, but my feelings is so hurt right now. Thank you.
So you do actually get a large pizza for the adult? Cheese, or you want
Pepperoni. I can't even sit here and act like my feelings ain't hurt. My feelings is hurt though. Like, to have a whole fucking party, to have a whole table, and it's just me and my baby. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, but my feelings is hurt. I can't even hide my emotions right now. Like, I'm not even supposed to be like that, but to be sitting in a place full of people and knowing that it's only you and your baby, man, I swear to God, on my dead mama and my daddy, a bitch can kiss my ass. A bitch better not never in their life hit my motherfucking phone. A bitch better not ever in their life ask me for no motherfucking advice. A bitch better not ever in their motherfucking life, ever.
I ain't gonna lie, initial thoughts, that really broke my heart, you know. That broke my heart. That really broke my heart. And I feel like That little boy didn't deserve that. And a part of me is wondering, like, nobody showed up, not the aunties, not the uncles, not the neighbors, not the friend of a friend. So I'm like wondering, like, was there a misunderstanding? You know what I'm saying? For like, as far as like dates, you know, did people get the dates wrong? Did they get the time wrong? For nobody to show up at all, that to me is just kind of like weird. Like, somebody, a neighbor, like literally anybody. So I'm wondering, like, was there like any miscommunication where maybe people thought the date was like different? Was like, did something happen behind the scene? I don't know. But like at face value, that was like really heartbreaking, because like no child deserves to feel like that, right? No child deserves to feel like that. And I remember with me being like a nanny, like parties for kids, they're like a good opportunity for you to essentially almost like get a break. Not like a break as in like you still don't have to watch your child, but when there's like party, there are like balloons, pizza, there's probably an activity. So that allows you the space to be like, okay, the kids are playing, and maybe you're just like watching them without having to be the one to like entertain them or like play with your own kids. So with that being said, I'm thinking most parents would want to go to like a party, right? Like, comment down below if your parents is a dynamic different, because I know for me, when I was a nanny, there were times where I was like, I wanted to find things that I would do with the kids, right? Like, we'll go to the library, sometimes we'll go to a playground, and if there was any party that we needed to attend, you know, they had their friends, they'd be playing, you know, and I'll just like be standing there, just like watching them, making sure that nobody is like, you know, getting hurt. And then the other parents are there as well, so you kind of get a break a little bit more. Like if you want to check your phone, you know, text people back or whatever the case is, you get a little bit more of a rest time if a child is at a party playing with their peers or this, that, and the third. So in my mind, that is something that parents or caregivers would appreciate, an opportunity to essentially attend, right? So for nobody to show up at all, to me it's like, wait, like, was the date wrong on the invitation? Like, what happened for nobody at all to show up to this baby's birthday? You know what I'm saying? Comment down below and let me know, like, am I just like naive because I've never had kids? Maybe like parents feel differently. Like maybe parents just like, I don't want to have to deal with going to buy the gift, getting the cake, gathering all the kids, and not going to the party and doing a whole lot of just like tootsie rolling. Maybe parents may feel differently, but in my experience as a nanny at least, or as an aunt, when I have my nieces and nephews, this is something that I would be like, oh, it gives us something to do. You know, by the time we go there, we're probably at the party like an hour, maybe 2 hours. Run around, you're tired. By the time we go home, you're gonna go ahead and get you a nap, okay? Take you a nap, leave me alone, let me just like decompress. So to me, that seems like something parents would want to be a part of, right? And not for nothing, when it comes to the economy of just like having kids, when you go to other people's parties, the people then come to your party as well. Does that make sense? So it's like, you do for me and I'll do for you, kind of like, you know, exchange almost, right? Because you don't want your child to feel like they don't have any friends and nobody's showing up for their party, like it happened in this case. So for me, not for nothing, even if parents don't think going to parties are fun, half the time I feel like they just do it so that, you know, somebody else, you know, other people can come to the kids' birthday party. So that to me was like, what happened? You know, comment down below if you guys maybe, you know, saw this story or maybe had a little bit more insight, because like, dang, ain't nobody showed up at that baby's party. That was just like weird to me. So comment down below if there's any more like information that you guys heard of, you know what I'm saying, in the TikTok streets. If maybe somebody said something, comment down below, let me know. However, comma, period, all things said and considered, I do not believe the mother should have acted this way. Then again, I'm not a mother, right? So maybe the way I would feel about certain things will probably just be different. But for me as an adult, in that situation, I feel like that baby's feelings was also hurt. You know, so for us to have the mother just like getting upset and yelling and, you know, cussing out on her phone, making a video, essentially letting the whole world know that nobody showed up for her son, to me, something about that was just a little bit tacky. You know what I'm saying? Comment down below, let me know. You know, I feel like certain things should be left off of social media, because to me it wasn't a good look. You know, and it's like, I'm not one that cusses in front of children. Sometimes you have like a slip up But you know, you try to play it off, you move from it or whatever. I don't make it, you know, an intentional thing. I'm like, you mother, like I don't believe, you know, to do that in front of children, anybody's child, okay? I've seen myself apologizing in public if I maybe like, you know, cussed and then there was a child around, be like, oh, my bad, because I just, you know, that's just who I am as a person. So for the mom to react that way, I was just kind of like, to me, it just was, in that moment as a parent, I feel like your responsibility and all of your energy and all of your resources should have been focused to like, okay, so nobody came. How can I still make this be the best possible scenario for my child so that he does not feel the weight of nobody showing up for his birthday, right? Whatever the reasoning is, whether it was a misunderstanding or whether it was, you know, people just don't like this boy or don't like this family and don't want to be around their birthday party. If that was the case, as a parent or as a caregiver, I would want to do everything I can to make sure that my child does not feel, you know, the weight of that. Instead of prioritizing my own feelings and my own emotions, cussing out the people of God, okay, calling everybody everything except the child of God, all right, just like going and cussing out like a sailor, instead of doing that. And then if you notice in the video, now you had the little boy who then started consoling the mother. That to me was just like inappropriate a little bit. It should have been the other way around. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I feel like a child of that age should not have to carry the emotional responsibility of helping regulate their parents, okay, over something that the parent is upset about. That to me is just like, I don't know, I didn't like that look at all. Again, I'm not shaming the mom. I'm not saying that mothers or parents should not have emotions. You know, there's a healthy way to show it. Be like, dang, like Jimmy, you know, or Tyrone, whatever that baby's name is, like, dang, like, you know, it's unfortunate, maybe something came up, but you and I are gonna make the best out of this, you know, show me how, you know, find a game, like find something, get creative, because that is your child. Not only are they dealing with the fact that nobody came to their party, now they're having to carry the emotional bandwidth, okay, of consoling an adult. That to me was just kind of like, no ma'am, no ma'am, figure it out. You are the parent, you are the adult, figure it out, and then go ahead and call your homegirls, okay? Call somebody, and then cuss everybody out, but after you have showed up for your child, you know? Again, I'm not negating, you know, the magnitude of it, because to plan a birthday party, I'm sure that took a lot of time, I'm sure that took a lot of money, I'm sure that took energy. So for nobody to show up, everybody should be upset about that. But in that moment, that's your baby. That's your baby. Now he will forever remember his birthday as a day that nobody showed up and his mama having a tantrum on TikTok live or Instagram live, and then ordering pizza on the other side. That to me just was not making any sense. Comment down below what you think. I'll never forget, it wasn't a long time ago, so I have a niece, my niece, and I just wanted to, you know, hang out with one of my homegirls who also has a niece. And so we're like, we should do like a play day. The two of them are gonna play, and then that would give us, the adults, just like time to, you know, hang out and play. So we took them to the playground, and my friend's niece, you know, she's just having a bad day. You know, kids, sometimes you didn't nap, or you're just like tired, we had already gone to church. Just like, you know, sometimes you're just like not feeling up to it. And so we went to the play date, and I remember, you know, my friend's niece, she just wasn't her usual, because I've seen her before, I've been with them before in their home. I've seen how playful she is, how just like bubbly she is. But on that particular day, she just was not like, I'm really not feeling to do like all this. Maybe it's also the anxiety of meeting new people or whatever the case is. But poor little baby was just kind of like, not today, fam. And it was also hot. We were outside, you know, trying to get them to play at the playground. And her energy was just like not typically what it would be, right? And so I found myself being like, dang, like I really was hoping that the two kids, because it was their first time meeting, that the two kids would connect and just like play. And I would just stand there talking to my friends and watching them, obviously making sure that nobody's getting hurt. But what it ended up being was essentially me now having to play with my niece, you know, at least get more involved, because, like, you know, the interaction just wasn't, you know, it wasn't catching up like that. I also know my niece easily gets her feelings hurt, and so before she could realize what was happening, before she could get in her feelings and be like, dang, like, you know, my friend here is really not feeling up to playing with me the same way I'm feeling up to playing with them, for whatever reasons, you know, that poor little girl was having that day, you know, tired, nap time, new people, anxiety, whatever the case is. Before my niece, okay, could calculate and be like, wait a damn minute, like, this is not giving what it was supposed to have gave. Before she could even get there, I jumped in already. I was like, you know, let's go down the slide. You sliding, high five. You know, to just like diffuse the situation, because why? I am the adult. I brought the child there, and even if the situation is not giving what we had both hoped it would give, I'm gonna just be like, okay, let's figure out a way out and still make the best out of what we have going on. The plan was that after that we was gonna go get pizza, all four of us, and, you know, make it be some kiki. I was just kind of like, yo, you know what? I got some things going on. I'm tired. You know, things can come up. I did have things going on, so I wasn't making that up. But I was willing to make it work or move certain things around so that the kids can play, so I can also hang out with my friend. But because I knew it just wasn't, you know, the child was probably tired. The sun was out. So many things were going on. I'm just kind of like, I don't want her to force her niece, but I also don't want my niece to have her feelings hurt. So I jumped in. We were playing down the slide, high five this, show me how you balance, ha ha ha, you were great, you know, just trying to do, you know, what we have to do. And my friend was doing the same, just trying to get her niece to come out a little bit out of her shell, you know what I'm saying, like, let's play and do all that stuff. But at a certain point, I guess we both, just like adults, were like, you know, they're probably just tired, let's leave it alone. And that was it. My niece never put together that maybe, you know, the play day was not going as well, because regardless of what the other girl was doing or not, I was present with her, I was playing with her, and so was my friend, playing with my niece, playing with her own niece. We were all just like trying to make the situation as best as possible, right? So in this case, I was hoping the mom would do the same. A little bit. Now, it's probably on a grander magnitude, because it's a birthday, you have all these seats and nobody's there. But kids are easily just, you know, impressionable with certain things. You come up with a game, it's going to be something. You order the pizza, let's, you know, I don't know, cut up the pizza in funny sizes, or, you know, let's make cute videos together. Let's show me a TikTok. Something, you know, instead of cussing out the people of God and then having your baby essentially play therapist and console you out of your emotions. That was not, Comment down below what you think. To me, that was just kind of like, no. Children should not have to bear the responsibility of being emotionally mature to console adults. I don't believe that should be the case. But unfortunately, many of us grew up like that. How many of y'all grew up in households where, you know, people are always arguing? So as a child, you found yourself wanting to tell jokes, you know, wanting to play nice so that nobody will be arguing, so that your parents may not be arguing. Like, I went through that. Like, I've experienced that. And that's not a great place to be. That's not a great place to put your child. So for me, it just was like, no ma'am. Get it together. Yes, those people should never ask you nothing else. Yes, those people should go to hell. They should burn crispy bacon, everything in between. But that was not the time. Pick it up. Figure something out for your baby. You did all this for your baby. See it through. Make the best of it, and have him understand, hey, sometimes these things may happen. Sometimes we may hope for one thing, and, you know, something may not go the way you had planned, but we can make the best of it regardless. That's an opportunity for your child to learn that. But instead, you know, what we've been all doing recently, we go online, you know, we're going to make videos about it, we're going to go on a podcast and talk about it, and it's just kind of like, we're sometimes missing the point a little bit, you know? Altogether, those are my thoughts. But comment down below, let me know what you guys think. Please do not come for me. Like I said, I understand this was not pleasant. I'm not at all trying to diminish that, but also no. No ma'am. So for our next story, we have a parent who is, I want to say, against traditional education system, and this is what she opts for her children. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
Response to, so we don't teach our children anything. Everything that they learn is in response to either their interests or their questions. We have no curriculum, we have no school hours. We really just respond whenever they want to know something and do our best to make sure they really get it. And my big fear about free schooling was that if my kids only went towards what they were interested in, saving all of their real estate only for things they're interested in, not cramming it with anything necessary, I was concerned that they would never be interested in things like reading and writing and math. My son's 6, and it took some patience and not comparing myself to other moms, but this is his book. Look at this. Lamp, egg, jar, lion. This is him doing this by himself, copying down words from other places, asking us more. Same with addition. Mom, what's 7 plus 5? It will come at the right time. But if you do not like this idea of sending your kids away for 40 hours a week and then wondering why they have no energy to do anything else, if you are not into your kids conforming, trust that you can follow their interests and they will learn everything they need to learn, not what other people need them to learn.
Comment down below your initial thoughts. I really want to hear what you have to say. Again, I'm going to say another disclaimer right here. I am not a parent. However, come up here, put that baby in school. Please put that baby in school. You know, I will never understand, right? Like, I will never understand the privilege. And I don't even want to say that whiteness possesses. I feel like just the privilege of maybe Western culture, I want to say, maybe, to want to be anti-everything and anything for the sake of being different. The parent here talks about conforming. If you do not want your child to conform and then 40 hours a week and all that stuff, I get it. Because schools and the school system as we know it has so many flaws, right? The school system has so many different things that they need to fix. The way they teach different students, the way they teach, you know, students with behavioral issues, the way they teach, you know, students who, you know, who have like some learning disabilities, the way they teach students who are maybe black, like the way they teach minority, the way they teach all these different kinds of people has so many things that we need to change, that we need to eradicate. I was a teacher after college. I told you guys I was a teacher. I was teaching 7th and 8th grade history. It just was a lot going on, and our school system needs to do a better job. We're low on teachers, right? There's so many things we need to change about our educational system. However, comma period, the fact that your children or your child in this case has that curiosity of like, Mom, what is this? Dad, what is this? Wanting to spell certain things. Don't you then suppose that your child is yearning for some kind of like learning structure? Would it hurt you if you don't want to do traditional school? You don't want to send them for 40 hours. Because when you say that, I'm like, yeah, 40 hours is a lot of time. But would it hurt you to set up an hour or 2 hours out of your day, maybe break it apart, 30 minutes lessons in the morning, 30 minutes lessons in the afternoon, to actually help teach your child basic things, basic math, basic reading, just basic things that children need to learn, okay? Because the reality is, a lot of us, we be like, we having babies, but no, you're having human beings. Your child is going to grow up into the world where other people will have a little bit more to their advantage, okay? That other people will know a little bit more than they do, because other people took the time to learn the 40 hours that you may not like, but they took the time to learn. There's also such a thing as homeschooling. You're not saying getting a tutor to do little things with your child. Let's do a little bit of reading together. Let's practice our letters. Because for that baby to be 6 years old and that's how they're writing eggs, the eggs are flipped upside down like, ma'am, your child is showing you that they're interested in learning. It does not have to be in the traditional sense, but can you provide a kind of structure for your child to learn? We do not teach them anything. You don't want your child to learn anything. You just want them to play. And your child is letting you know that, yes, I love to play, but I also want to learn how to write eggs. I'm not going to write lion. Would it hurt you, okay, to do little classes with them? 30 minutes, 45 minutes in the morning, 45 minutes in the afternoon, or some kind of structure that allows your child to also learn so that they do not grow up, okay, to just be terrorizing the people of God down the street? Would it hurt you? And why am I asking this question? Because honestly, you are white. In America or in some kind of Western culture, it probably will not hurt you because white people are designed to succeed. White people have opportunities awarded to them for being mediocre at things. So it probably will not hurt your child, but like, dang, put that baby in a school. Like, and there are like nature schools. I remember one of the kids I used to babysit, they used to go to this like nature daycare. So they learned everything, not just like with textbook, but they learned it through being in nature. If you don't want to conform to the classroom setup where your child is sitting for 40 hours and they're being told to stop talking, to stop standing up, to stop doing all these different things, that's fine. I totally get that. But there are other things you can do for your child to still learn. Learning is important. And for you to brag that your child be sitting over here copying a carton box and copying it out, that's letting you know, your child is letting you know that they want to learn. Would it hurt you? And it's so frustrating to me because I come from a country where like education is not free. I remember there was a time where I literally have spent at least 4 years of my life not being able to go to school. Not because we didn't want to, but because we couldn't afford to. All me and my siblings, we sat at home. We couldn't afford to go to school. We couldn't afford the school fees. We were that broke, we were that poor. And from where I'm from, we don't have public schools. Public schools are, you pay for them, they're not free. Public schools, they're cheaper than private schools or boarding schools, but nonetheless you have to pay. And there was a time we literally could not afford to pay it. And so for 4 years of my life, I was out of school. There's so many things that I've had to learn as an adult. English is easy. You could pick a book and read. Your vocabulary can increase that way. But there's certain, math problems and all that stuff. And back then, we didn't even have access to computers. We didn't have access to, the internet or anything like that. So there was a time where I couldn't go to school. Not out of a want. I couldn't afford to. And so we have, Susan B. Anthony here trying to reinvent the wheel, preventing their child from going to school even though the opportunity is awarded to them. You have options. Teach your child at home. How many campaigns have you seen? Like, let girls go to school. There are so many countries, so many people in the world who would give anything to have their children be able to be in school. Not just even for learning, for community's sake. When I was younger, like school, I have liked the homework, but you make friends, you learn to play with others, you learn to play in a group, you just learn to cohabitate, you learn to live with other people who may have different beliefs, different backgrounds. You just learn different things by being around others. So this is just kind of like, put that baby to school. Your babies are letting you know that they want to be in school. Comment down below, let me know what you think. But to me, this is just like dumb. This is an example again of privilege showing itself up. So for our next video, we have a dance performance among two children. And the little boy was having a rough day, I'm guessing. And that poor baby said, I'm not finna dance on nothing. But the young girl carried on dancing. Let's take a look. And of course, I'm gonna blur out the children's faces. But just so you know, the little boy was crying. The little girl what you guys think. I love that little girl. She gonna grow up in the world and she gonna change the world. That at least to me was my takeaway. But then I went down the comments and a lot of people were getting mad at the little girl, talking about she ain't got no empathy because how dare she continue on with the performance that she practiced hard for when her peer was crying. Like I said, kids like adults, sometimes we have bad days. You don't know what to do. That poor boy probably got, anxiety. They probably didn't know how to, manage the anxiety. They probably didn't know what to do. But that ain't got nothing to do with that little girl. Why should she be responsible to help another child regulate their emotion while stopping herself from doing what she practiced to do? Let's read some of the comments, because I was like, are y'all dumb or y'all high? Somebody gonna say she could have at least given him a hug before or after she danced. And then somebody responded, she's a kid, not an adult to process such huge emotions. And I agree. What did y'all want that girl to do? I'm guessing she probably was nervous too. But she pushed through past her nervousness and anxiety to go ahead and give her performance that she worked hard for. Unfortunately, that poor little boy could not pull it together. However, come a period, why does that girl have to go ahead and babysit him? I'm not showing the faces of the kids because, again, those are people's children. However, come a period, that girl looked low-key sad. To me, at least. Somebody gonna say she practiced, she dressed up. Why would some little crying stop her from shining after all that? Somebody else say, if you dance, I'll dance. And if you don't, I'll dance anyway. And then somebody gonna come and say, basic qualities of concerns and care have lost its value due to the wrong kind of empowerment. This girl at a very young age has learned to not empathize with her class. Are y'all dumb or y'all on crack? Which is it? This girl at a very young age has learned to not empathize with her class fellow, which she will continue into her adulthood as well. I hope this girl continues this way into her adulthood, because let's play out a scenario, right? So suppose her friends are busy doing something that she knows good and well in her heart is not good. I hope she has the discernment and the resilience to still do what she knows is good, right? What do the parents used to say? If your friends were jumping off a cliff, are you going to join them because they're your friends? Absolutely not. Regardless of what everybody got going on, she knew what she had to do and she did what she had to do. These are the women, these are the young girls that grow up to be women who do well in school, who stay out of trouble, who do what they need to do, and they do things regardless of what's going on around them. That to me is a skill to be applauded. Why did she have to stop stopping what she had to do to babysit that baby? Why she had to do that? And also, we're not seeing the full video. Who knows if she tried to get him out of that funk and homeboy was still like, nah, I'm finna cry. Good for him. If you gotta let it out, you gotta let it out. But why are we criminalizing this young baby for keeping the show going? This baby gonna say, please drop glorifying and appreciating these kinds of behavior in children. These kinds of behavior shows what a dangerous and ruthless generation we're heading towards. Are you for real? And then somebody gonna respond, don't worry, next time she will forgo her responsibility to accommodate a crying brat. I don't agree on the crying brat part because, again, young boys and young girls, they're just children. Sometimes they're gonna have emotions and they don't know how to regulate it, right? That young boy was probably feeling anxious, probably something happened and they didn't know how to deal with it. Fine, but that also doesn't mean that this young girl needs to stop doing what she had to do and stop babysitting that boy. Somebody gonna say one kid has a meltdown, another kid continues to perform and be adorable despite impediment. But both are just kids being kids. We need not draw conclusions about humanity from a sweet video which need not to be complicated. I agree with that. The young boy was having a meltdown. He's a kid. Kids cry. Young boys boys cry, young girls cry. But just because he was crying doesn't mean that she had to stop crying and stop doing what she had to do. They're kids. She was cute, he was having a moment, that's it, that's all. For these people to start talking about empathy and, you know, generation crisis and everything in between, I'm like, are y'all dumb or y'all on crack? What is this? Next. Child, I had to have me a piece of chicken because I was so hungry. If you see something in my teeth, please do not judge. But this is our last video for today, and it's very short. This is the advice this man had to say about finances.
Every 15-year-old kid should be doing this right now. If you're getting an allowance of $300 a month, buy a piece of real.
Every 15-year-old should be doing this right now. If you're getting an allowance of $300 a month, buy real estate. Now, comment down below, is this like satire? Is this maybe like an exaggeration? Were they making fun of people who give financial advice? Because as I listened to that little clip, my initial thought was just like, what the hell? The privilege that rich people have, no, let me be specific. The privilege that rich white men have needs to be studied. Like, we really need to spend resources to understand the way their minds tend to work. If you are getting $300 a month for an allowance, who is giving their child $300 a month for an allowance? That's where we need to start. And also, I'm African. We don't do allowances. The allowance is the roof over your head. Okay? The allowance is the food that I'm feeding you. Okay? The allowance is the TV that's on because of the lights. Okay? The allowance is the hot shower that you done showered with during the winter. Okay? The allowance is the fridge that's running. Okay? To keep the meat that I done told you to bring out the fridge for us to make dinner, but you did not, so now I'm mad. That's the allowance. What you mean $300? Like, y'all got, it's giving small loan of $1 million. That's what it's giving. And so for her to get on the podcast, again, assuming this was legitimately the advice he's giving, what? In this economy, are y'all seeing the price of eggs? And even the parentals that I know that got money, half of them, you know, they're investing in what is that thing? Oh my God. In like a trust for their kids. They're investing for college. They're putting money away for college. Okay? They may be buying a couple of things. $300 a month per child for allowance? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Comment down below, parents. Are y'all giving your kids $300 a month of an allowance? Even if I had $300 a month to give, I am not giving no child no $300 for no allowance. You are alive. I am allowing you to breathe in my house. That's your allowance. Okay? You don't stretch my coochie. Alright? My titties are meeting my knees. Meet and greet. Alright? I cannot hold my pee in. That is your allowance. The fact that I'm not popping at the mouth every 5 minutes, that is your allowance. I'm not giving nobody's child, mine included, no $300 for an allowance. Allowance, okay? Which one is allowance? Which one is allowance? I'm allowing you to eat my food. I'm allowing you to sit on my couch. Which one is allowance for $300? And what 14-year-old is investing in real estate? Can y'all let the kids be kids? You know what I'm saying? Can they go ahead and buy them a little ball, some sneakers, hoop outside? You know what I'm saying? Go to the mall, hang out with their friends. Why the kids got to do real estate? Why? $300 allowance. My friend, If you don't come and be going, gonna give me high blood pressure. Anyway, child, that's it on me for today. If you like this video, please go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe, do all of the things. You know, I'm on a journey to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Help me out. Help me out. I really want to reach that goal. Continue watching my video, sharing it if you care, you know, commenting and all of those good stuff. And, you know, weighing your thoughts on all the videos that we talked about. You know what I'm saying? Are you going to be the parent that's going to cuss out the people of God when they don't show up to your child's birthday? You know, are you not going to send your babies to school because you don't want them to conform? You know, are you going to have your child stop dancing because, you know, somebody's having a meltdown? You know what I'm saying? Are you giving your babies $300 for allowance? So comment down below, let me know all of the things, and I appreciate y'all so much. What else? If you care for anything that I'm wearing, this is a dress by the Janae collection. These are some of the bracelets and my earrings. I'm gonna link everything on my LTK. I'm on LTK. You know, it helps me when y'all buy using my link. If you like anything on me, buy it, okay? Instead of buying it to the store directly, buy it through me. That way I get a little commission and let it do what it do. Yeah, I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Bye, Z's.